All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about a single tiny mental shift that can honestly change, well, everything. Your relationships, your peace of mind, how you see the entire world. It all comes down to a choice we face in pretty much every conversation. And getting it right, that's a genuine superpower.
Oh, you know the feeling, right? Come on. Someone says something, maybe it's just a mild criticism or a comment that wasn't thought through, and bam! Before you can even think, a snappy comeback just flies out of your mouth. Or maybe a text goes unanswered and your mind just starts spinning out of control. That heat of the moment thing, it almost always leaves us wishing we had a rewind button.
And that moment, it really boils down to this fundamental choice you see here. On one side, you've got reaction. That's the easy path. It's automatic. It's our default instinct. And on the other side, we have understanding. Now that's the harder path, for sure. It's deliberate. It's conscious. One lets your emotions drive the bus, the other puts you firmly in the driver's seat.
Okay, so let's dive into what's really going on here. To get past these reactive instincts, we've got to get to know them first. What even is a reaction and where does it come from? I think you'll find the answer is not what most of us think.
See, a reaction isn't really a sign that you have a bad temper or some kind of character flaw. Not at all. At its very core, it's a defense mechanism. It's this automatic, lightning-fast response that's triggered by a subconscious need to protect ourselves from a threat. And the key word there is perceived threat.
And this right here shows you what's happening just beneath the surface. That lashing out, it's not really about the comment that was made. It's about a much deeper fear of being disrespected. That spike of anxiety when you're left on red, it could be a fear that you're not loved or valued. Our reactions are really just the tip of these huge, hidden emotional icebergs.
Okay, so if reaction is just this automatic defense that's rooted in fear, then understanding, well, that's our conscious, powerful offense. It's how we go from being a passenger in our emotional lives to actually taking the wheel. And this quote just illustrates the difference so brilliantly. When we react, we are literally handing the remote control for our own mood over to someone else. Their words, their actions, their bad day, it all gets to decide how we feel. But when we choose to understand, we grab that remote control right back.
So how do we actually do this in the moment? It's a pretty simple three-step process. First, and this is the most critical part, just pause. Create a tiny bit of space between the trigger and your response, just a second or two. Second, get curious instead of furious. Ask yourself, wait a minute, what's really going on with them? What do they truly need right now? Maybe they're just exhausted or they're clumsy with their words, or maybe they're hurting too. That question instantly shifts your perspective. And third, from that much calmer place, you reclaim your emotional control and you decide how you want to respond.
And the crucial point here is, this isn't even about the other person. It is 100% about you. It's like a declaration that your inner peace is not up for grabs. Your mood is no longer going to be held hostage by whether someone else is having a good day or a bad day. And that, my friends, is true emotional freedom.
Now, making this internal shift from reacting to understanding, it has this powerful ripple effect. When you change what's going on inside, you will be absolutely amazed at how quickly your outer world starts to change too.
And hey, let's be super clear about something. This is not about being a doormat or just tolerating bad behavior. Choosing to understand isn't a weakness, it's emotional intelligence. It's about being wise enough to know that adding your fire to their fire just creates a much, much bigger blaze.
In fact, choosing to understand gives you this incredible clarity. You start to see exactly when it's time to stop pouring fuel on a pointless argument. You learn when you need to speak your mind and when it's actually smarter to just step back. And maybe most importantly, it helps you set firm, healthy boundaries, because you can finally tell the difference between someone who genuinely wants to connect with you and someone who just wants a place to dump all their negative emotions.
And ultimately, it all comes down to this really beautiful idea. You know, when your default setting is reaction, the world can feel like a really hostile place, just full of threats and little attacks. But when you start to lead with understanding, you realize most people are just trying to get by, sometimes clumsily, sometimes mistakenly. The world itself hasn't changed, but your experience of it has. It becomes a much gentler place to be.
So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Whether it's with your partner, a family member, a coworker, a friend, what is one relationship in your life that could be completely transformed if you consistently made that choice to just pause and seek to understand before you react? The power to make that change is entirely yours. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. If you found this explainer helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe for more insights like this. We'll see you in the next one.